Today we're going to be tying up the Polychrome Cascade. It's a very recent Cascade variant and it seems to be doing very well this year, particularly in the northwest of Ireland. So I'm just adding on my thread, so I'm going to use fire orange thread. You could use white if you want. I'm going to just run that down, and then as I'm going towards the rear, I'm going to add on some green wire. This is going to create a tag. So I'm just going to secure that in just before the barb, and then bring the thread back up to just before the point, and then a touch and turns. I want to secure in that green wire. You could, if you don't have green wire, you could change it with green floss or green thread. It's just a bit of a trigger, but this is quite a dull green anyway. There's going to be plenty of other stuff to attract the salmon. Okay, so I've just secured that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist off the wire. Save my scissors. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is the tail. So the tail, it's a bucktail tail. It's like all cascades, but it's actually 4 different colours. So there's blue, there's orange, there's yellow, and there's purple. And what I've done is I've pre-stacked and pre-mixed these. I'll put a wee link on how I do it to save a bit of time, else it'll be a very long video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a section for this size of fly. I'm going to just cut it off, and then just going to hold the ends just to make sure there's no smaller ones. This is a size 8 trout hook, so probably about a size 10 salmon hook. And I want, for the length, I usually want about twice the shank, or maybe even twice the hook length. Okay. I want to secure that in to start with. Just up from the tag, using a pinch and loop, and then lightly wrap on top, ensuring that I don't put any pressure on. Okay, then I'll have a look. Okay, if I'm happy enough with that there, I'm going to add on a little bit of super glue. And this will save me putting pressure on the bucktail. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a few super glued wraps onto that bucktail. And that'll hold it in. Because if I was to put pressure on it, it would actually splay the fibres. And then as well as that, I'm going to put on a few strands of crystal flesh. So this is purple or pink crystal flesh. Okay. I think Andrew, who invented the fly, says 3 strands. So I'm going to stick with that. And then I'm going to clean up my excess. And neaten up the shank. Okay. Just cut the flesh to your preferred length, usually a wee bit less than the tail. Okay. And then I'm going to get some silver wire or silver oval. Tinsel is entirely up to yourself, and this is going to form the rib. So I'm going to secure that in underneath. So I'm securing that underneath, and then on top I'm going to use some purple, some pink tinsel. So this is holographic pink. Okay, and that's going to be secured on top. So bringing that thread right up to that tail. And again, whenever I'm putting on tinsels, I always like to put a wee bit of super glue on underneath. So put a wee bit of super glue on to help secure it and prevent any slippage. And then we're going to bring that up to create half the body. You notice I put a wee bead head on too. That's because this fly's been doing very well on the foil system, particularly on the fin and the morn. And beads seem to do well in that area, and also compliant with any catch and release stipulations as well. This is a 3.2mm bead on a size 8 hook. Okay, so I'm just going to get some black floss. This will create the front of the body. I'm just going to use the bobbin to hold this in and double it, and then secure on top. while bringing the thread up to the head. And just in touch and turns. Secure that in. Trim off your excess. And start following up with the rib. So usually about 3 or 4 turns. Doesn't really matter if it's a wee bit more, a wee bit less. Okay, and again I'm going to twist the wire to save my scissors. Okay, so now it's time for the wing. For the wing you can use black runner, you can use black fox. It's entirely up to yourself, or even black squirrel if you don't have any of those. But I'm going to go for fox pelt here because it's nice and mobile. Okay, so I've just taken off a section. I'm going to remove the underfur and a few of the guard hairs. Okay, and I want this wing to go probably about halfway into the tail. Okay, I'm going to trim off my excess. Okay, I've noticed in Andrew's photos it's usually lightly dressed wing, quite long, so that's why I went for that there. And then the next thing, which is probably the big thing of this, is you've got 4 hackles. So you have your purple, your orange, your blue, and your fluorescent yellow. So there's a bit to it, but I'll show you a wee way to make it easier. So what I've done is I've prepared my hackles here first of all, and I'm going to tie in 2 hackles at a time. So I want 4 turns of these hackles for this size of hook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the first 2 hackles, which is orange and purple. So they're on top of each other. I'm going to hold them by the tip and splay out those fibres, and then just break off the tips and expose a few of the fibres from each hackle. Okay, and then I'm going to get my wax and secure in at that break, and then bring those fibres back and secure again. So that's tied in, but that means you've only tied in once, but you're getting 2 feathers. Obviously this wouldn't work for bigger hooks. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm holding the stalks and I'm doubling them both. So the purple is actually folding into the orange, and the orange is folding into itself. Okay, and I'm just holding these, and then I'm just going to do 1 turn. And then take my thread up and cut into it, which will secure it in. Okay, then just anything going forward, just push it back again and another wee wrap. I'll keep it out of the way. Then come in, trim your excess. Okay, and then we're going to go on to the next one. So this time it's fluorescent yellow and blue. And just as before, I'm going to hold at the tips and splay them out, then break off. Wax my thread again and secure in at the break. A few turns and then draw it all back and secure again. Then holding them together, just make sure you hold them tight. Then we just start to double them by using the blunt end of our scissors, and double as a go round down as well. Okay, and then the last thing we need to do is add on our jungle cock. So I usually put jungle cock on before the hackles, but this time around I'm going to put it on after. Okay, I'm just trying to stay true to the pattern, so I'll put these on his eyes, just slightly above center. Just a couple of loose wraps first of all. Have a look, see how they look. Okay, if you're happy. Okay, if you're happy, what I do is I get a bit of super glue and I'll put that on the thread. Again, try and reduce the wraps because the amount of hackles on the fly. Okay, so there's a few wraps of super glue wraps, and then I can just start trimming off my excess. Okay. The last thing I want to do is just build up the head. As I said, if you use white thread, you could change over to a floss now. But I'm just using the fluorescent thread. Just build up that head behind the bead. And there you have your Polychrome Cascade, folks. The fly's been doing very well. In fact, I remember Andrew saying that there was 30 fish got on it within 1 week back at the start of July. So hopefully you have the same luck. Okay, folks, as always, hope you enjoyed that. Do check out my other videos. Until next time, thanks very much. All the best.